Don't take this lightly. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the moment these words reached you, something subtle but undeniable shifted inside your chest, and your heart needs this right now whether you realize it or not, because this message is for you and it did not arrive by accident. It arrived because your spirit is standing at a precise intersection where awareness matters more than effort, where attention matters more than action, and where ignoring the nudge would mean delaying what has already been set in motion. Don't scroll, listen to this, because lately you've been feeling a quiet pressure mixed with calm, a strange sense that something important is forming just beyond your reach, not in chaos, not in fear, but in that still space where intuition speaks softly and waits to be noticed, and your heart needs this right now because that feeling is not confusion, it is awakening. Listen to this, because awakening rarely announces itself with fireworks, it comes as a gentle insistence, a repeated thought, a pattern you can't unsee, a pull you can't explain. And don't scroll because the universe has been speaking to you through signs that line up too perfectly to dismiss, through numbers that keep appearing when your mind quiets down, 111 when you start thinking about a new beginning, 222 when your emotions settle into balance, 333 when you feel guided without knowing why, 444 when you sense protection even in uncertainty, 555 when change brushes against your life without knocking, and your heart needs this right now because those numbers are not predictions, they are confirmations that your timing is aligned with something greater than your current circumstances. Don't scroll, listen to this, because alignment feels different than excitement, it feels steady, it feels grounded. It feels like your nervous system finally exhaling after holding tension for far too long, and this message is for you because you've been through seasons where nothing made sense, where you gave more than you received, where you stayed longer than you should have, where you questioned your worth quietly while showing strength publicly, and your heart needs this right now. Because those seasons were not wasted, they refined you, they sharpened your intuition, they taught you how to listen inward instead of chasing outward validation. Listen to this, because the universe does not elevate people who are still trying to prove themselves, it elevates those who have learned who they are, and don't scroll because you crossed that threshold recently without fanfare, without announcement, without applause, you simply stopped abandoning yourself, you stopped ignoring your inner voice. You stopped explaining your boundaries. And your heart needs this right now because that internal shift is exactly what made you visible on a spiritual level. Don't scroll, listen to this, because visibility doesn't always look like attention at first, sometimes it looks like recognition in unseen places, like your name being mentioned when you're not present, like opportunities orbiting closer. Like a certain person feeling your absence more clearly than they ever felt your presence, and this message is for you because soulmate energy does not arrive with chaos, it arrives with resonance. It arrives when two people have done enough inner work to recognize peace instead of mistaking intensity for depth. Listen to this, because somewhere connected to your path, someone is feeling the shift you've been feeling, not in obsession, not in desperation, but in awareness, in that calm realization that something meaningful is aligning, and don't scroll because this connection is not here to disrupt your healing, it's here to meet you where you are now, not where you were when you were still learning self-worth through pain. Your heart needs this right now because you've been sensing emotional waves that don't belong solely to you, moments of warmth, moments of reflection, moments of clarity that arrive without effort, and listen to this, those are signs of energetic recognition, of two timelines beginning to acknowledge each other without force. Don't scroll, because the universe has been protecting you from premature encounters, from conversations that would have confused you, from connections that would have asked you to compromise your growth, and this message is for you because protection sometimes looks like delay, sometimes looks like silence, sometimes looks like unanswered questions, but your heart needs this right now because delay does not mean denial, it means preparation. Listen to this, because preparation has been happening quietly in your life, in the way you respond instead of react, in the way you choose peace instead of proving a point, in the way you trust your instincts even when they lead you away from familiar patterns, and don't scroll because those choices changed your frequency, and frequency determines what can approach you without harm. This message is for you because you've been moving out of survival mode and into alignment, and your heart needs this right now because alignment feels calmer than struggle, but it carries far more momentum. Listen to this, because momentum doesn't always feel like speed, sometimes it feels like steadiness, like the absence of resistance, like things unfolding without you having to force them. And don't scroll because what's unfolding now requires awareness, not urgency. Your heart needs this right now because something is approaching a turning point, not necessarily a dramatic event, but a moment of realization, a shift in understanding, a subtle opening where clarity replaces guessing. And listen to this, because clarity will not arrive through overthinking, it will arrive through presence. Don't scroll, because presence is what allows you to receive what's already been sent, and this message is for you because the universe is not asking you to do more, it's asking you to notice more, to stay grounded, to trust the calm you're feeling instead of questioning it. Listen to this, because calm is not stagnation, calm is confirmation that you're no longer fighting the current, and your heart needs this right now because fighting is what kept you tired, fighting is what kept you doubting, fighting is what made you think something was wrong when nothing was, and don't scroll because rest is now part of your destiny, rest that restores, rest that clarifies, rest that makes space for what's meant to arrive. This message is for you because what's coming will not require you to shrink, it will not ask you to chase, it will not pull you back into emotional confusion, it will meet you in mutual respect, in steady energy, in honesty that feels safe, and your heart needs this right now because you've outgrown mixed signals and half-effort connections. Listen to this, because the universe honors growth by matching it, and don't scroll because matching energy is forming around you now, quietly, intentionally, with precision. This message is for you because the signs you've been seeing are not random encouragements, they are confirmations that you are exactly where you need to be for what's next to recognize you, and your heart needs this right now because recognition is different from attention, recognition sees who you are, not who you pretend to be. Listen to this, because pretending is over, masks have fallen, defenses have softened, and don't scroll because what unfolds next depends on you staying present with this awareness, not brushing it off as coincidence. This message is for you because timing is delicate here, not fragile, but precise, and your heart needs this right now because precision is what keeps destiny from turning into distraction. Listen to this, because the universe is not rushing you, it is inviting you to stay open, to stay grounded, to stay aware, and don't scroll because the calm you feel right now is not the end of the story, it's the doorway, and what comes through that doorway will make sense only if you remember this moment, only if you remember that you were warned gently, lovingly, clearly. Don't take this lightly. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what's unfolding now goes deeper than the moment you're in, and your heart needs this right now because the universe is asking you to stay present instead of rushing ahead or slipping back into old habits of doubt, and this message is for you because you've reached a point where subtle shifts matter more than dramatic signs. Listen to this, because lately you've been feeling an inner steadiness that feels unfamiliar, almost suspicious, like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and your heart needs this right now because that calm is not a trick, it's evidence that your spirit is finally operating from alignment instead of survival. Don't scroll, because survival once shaped how you interpreted everything, making intensity feel like love and chaos feel like passion, but listen to this, because your nervous system has been healing quietly, and healing changes what you notice, what you tolerate, and what you attract. This message is for you because the universe responds when you stop reacting from wounds and start responding from awareness. And your heart needs this right now because awareness is the gateway to clarity. Listen to this, because clarity doesn't come as a loud announcement, it comes as a series of confirmations that feel gentle but consistent, like seeing divine numbers appear exactly when your thoughts drift towards something meaningful, 111 showing up when you consider a new beginning or a fresh mindset, 222 appearing when you choose balance over emotional extremes, 333 when you feel guided even without understanding the full picture, 444 when you're reminded that you're protected and not alone. In this process, and 555 when you sense that change is already underway even if nothing visible has shifted yet, don't scroll, because these numbers are not asking you to act impulsively, they're asking you to trust the timing, and your heart needs this right now because trusting timing was never easy for you when you were used to forcing outcomes. Listen to this, because forcing once made you feel in control, but it also left you exhausted, and don't scroll because exhaustion was never meant to be your default state. This message is for you because rest has become part of your spiritual discipline now, rest that allows insight, rest that sharpens intuition, rest that helps you hear what your soul has been trying to say beneath the noise. Listen to this, because beneath everything you've been sensing a quiet truth forming, a realization that you don't need to chase what's meant for you, and your heart needs this right now because chasing kept you attached to uncertainty. Don't scroll, because certainty doesn't arrive through effort, it arrives through alignment. This message is for you because alignment has been reshaping your emotional landscape, making you less reactive, more discerning, and far more selective about where you place your energy. Listen to this, because selectivity is not selfishness, it's wisdom, and don't scroll because wisdom protects what's sacred. Your heart needs this right now because something sacred is forming around you, not necessarily visible yet, but deeply felt, and listen to this, because soulmate-level connections don't rush into your life when you're still healing, they wait until you're stable enough to receive them without losing yourself. Don't scroll, because that stability is something you've cultivated quietly, through boundaries you didn't announce, through choices you made when no one was watching, through moments where you chose peace instead of proving a point, and this message is for you because those choices recalibrated your frequency. Listen to this, because frequency determines what can come close to you without causing harm. Don't scroll, because harm once felt familiar to you, and familiarity is not the same as safety. Your heart needs this right now because safety has become attractive to you, not boring, not dull, but grounding, and listen to this, because grounding allows love to feel expansive instead of consuming. Don't scroll, because consuming connections once left you empty. And this message is for you because you've learned that fullness comes from mutual energy, not one-sided effort. Listen to this, because mutuality is part of your path now, and don't scroll because the universe does not bring imbalance to someone who has learned balance. Your heart needs this right now because balance shows up as emotional regulation, as patience, as the ability to pause instead of spiraling. And listen to this, because those pauses have been changing your life more than you realize. Don't scroll, because in those pauses you've been receiving guidance, sometimes through sudden insights, sometimes through dreams, sometimes through an unexplainable sense of knowing, and this message is for you because knowing doesn't need validation to be real. Listen to this, because the universe has been validating you anyway through synchronicities, through repeated encounters, through moments where things line up just enough to catch your attention without overwhelming you. Don't scroll, because overwhelm is not how alignment announces itself. Your heart needs this right now because alignment feels calm, and calm allows you to notice what's important. Listen to this, because what's important now is not rushing toward an outcome, but staying present with the unfolding. Don't scroll, because unfolding happens layer by layer, and each layer prepares you for the next. This message is for you because you're in a layer of integration, where everything you've learned is settling into your body, your responses, your choices. Listen to this, because integration feels quieter than transformation, but it's what makes transformation last. Don't scroll, because lasting change is what the universe values. Your heart needs this right now because you're no longer meant to repeat cycles, you're meant to close them. Listen to this, because cycles close when awareness replaces compulsion. Don't scroll, because compulsion once guided your decisions, making you reach for what felt urgent instead of what felt right. This message is for you because now you can feel the difference, and your heart needs this right now because that difference is your compass. Listen to this, because your compass has been pointing you toward steadiness, toward authenticity, toward connections that don't require you to shrink or perform. Don't scroll, because performing was never your purpose. Your heart needs this right now because your purpose is presence, and presence attracts truth. Listen to this, because truth doesn't rush, it arrives when both sides are ready to see it. Don't scroll, because readiness has been building on your side, and something connected to your path is catching up energetically. This message is for you because timing is converging, not colliding, and your heart needs this right now because convergence feels gentle, not chaotic. Listen to this, because you may notice an increase in divine numbers as this convergence continues, like 666 reminding you to return to balance when your mind overthinks, 777 showing up when you feel spiritually supported in moments of doubt, and 888 appearing when the energy of giving and receiving begins to even out in your life. Don't scroll, because these are signals of alignment, not pressure. Your heart needs this right now because pressure once pushed you into situations that weren't meant to last. Listen to this, because what's forming now is meant to endure. Don't scroll, because endurance requires patience, and patience has become part of your strength. This message is for you because you've learned how to wait without feeling abandoned, how to pause without feeling forgotten, and your heart needs this right now because that inner security is what allows destiny to approach you without disruption. Listen to this, because destiny doesn't force itself into chaos, it waits for calm. Don't scroll, because calm has finally become familiar to you. Your heart needs this right now because familiarity with calm means you're ready for something new that doesn't hurt. Listen to this, because what's next will feel different from what you've known, not because it's dramatic, but because it's stable. Don't scroll, because stability is the sign you've been asking for without realizing it. This message is for you because you're not being tested right now, you're being trusted. Your heart needs this right now because trust from the universe is earned through consistency, and you've been consistent with yourself. Listen to this, because consistency rewrites patterns. Don't scroll, because patterns determine outcomes. This message is for you because your outcomes are changing, slowly, quietly, but permanently. Your heart needs this right now because permanence is not flashy, it's grounded. Listen to this, because grounding allows you to receive without fear. Don't scroll, because fear no longer needs to lead you. This message is for you because awareness does. Your heart needs this right now because awareness keeps you aligned with what's unfolding. Listen to this, because what's unfolding doesn't need to be rushed or labeled yet. Don't scroll, because patience is still protecting you. This message is for you because protection doesn't always feel like action. Sometimes it feels like stillness. Your heart needs this right now because stillness is where clarity deepens. Listen to this, because clarity is preparing you for the next reveal, and that reveal will make sense only because you stayed present through this moment. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the energy around you is shifting again and your heart needs this right now, not tomorrow, not later, but right here in this breath, because this message is for you and it arrived at the exact moment your spirit was ready to hear it. Don't scroll, listen to this, because you've crossed into a phase where the universe is no longer whispering, it's confirming, and confirmation feels quieter than chaos but stronger than doubt, and your heart needs this right now because you've been learning how to trust what's calm instead of chasing what's loud. Listen to this, because lately your thoughts have been different, slower, clearer, more intentional. And you may have noticed that the old triggers don't hook you the way they used to, and don't scroll because that's not numbness, that's healing. This message is for you because healing doesn't erase emotion, it stabilizes it, and your heart needs this right now because stability is what allows destiny to move without resistance. Listen to this, because resistance once made you feel productive, like you were doing something to earn what you wanted. But don't scroll because earning was never the requirement, alignment was. This message is for you because alignment has been settling into your life in subtle ways, in how you pause before responding, in how you listen before reacting, in how you choose peace without needing to explain yourself, and your heart needs this right now because those choices rewired your frequency. Listen to this, because frequency determines what can approach you safely, and don't scroll because safety is now part of your path. This message is for you because you've been seeing divine numbers appear like gentle check-ins from the universe. 111 when your thoughts reset toward hope, 222 when your emotions find balance after uncertainty, 333 when you feel guided without needing proof, 444 when you sense protection even when the outcome isn't clear, and 555 when you feel change brushing against your life without urgency, and your heart needs this right now because these numbers are not pushing you forward, they're anchoring you where you are. Listen to this, because anchoring is important when momentum builds quietly, and don't scroll because quiet momentum lasts longer than rushed breakthroughs. This message is for you because you've been learning that not everything meaningful arrives with intensity, some things arrive with ease, and your heart needs this right now because ease used to make you suspicious, like you were waiting for something to go wrong. Listen to this, because nothing is going wrong, you're just no longer living in survival mode, and don't scroll because that's a big deal. This message is for you because your nervous system has been recalibrating, letting go of the need to anticipate disappointment, letting go of the habit of overthinking every sign, and your heart needs this right now because trust is becoming embodied in you, not forced, not rehearsed, just lived. Listen to this, because embodied trust changes how you experience connection, and don't scroll because connection is shifting around you. This message is for you because someone energetically tied to your path is becoming more aware of you, not through obsession or urgency, but through a calm recognition that keeps returning, and your heart needs this right now because soulmate-level energy doesn't arrive as chaos. It arrives as familiarity without history, as comfort without explanation. Listen to this, because you've been feeling moments of emotional warmth that don't belong to any current situation, and don't scroll because those moments are not random, they're resonance. This message is for you because resonance happens when two paths move into the same frequency, even before physical circumstances catch up. Listen to this, because timing always aligns internally before it aligns externally, and don't scroll because that internal alignment has been happening in you for a while now. Your heart needs this right now because you've been shedding old identities without mourning them, releasing versions of yourself that were built to survive rather than thrive. And listen to this, because the universe noticed when you stopped trying to be understood by everyone and started being honest with yourself. Don't scroll, because honesty with yourself changed your direction. This message is for you because you're no longer available for emotional confusion, for mixed signals, for connections that require you to abandon your intuition, and your heart needs this right now because boundaries are now second nature to you. Listen to this, because boundaries don't block love, they filter it. And don't scroll because filtering is what allows aligned love to approach without distortion. This message is for you because you've been protected from premature conversations, from meetings that would have arrived before you were ready, from timing that would have reopened wounds instead of honoring healing, and your heart needs this right now because protection often looks like delay. Listen to this, because delay does not mean forgotten, it means prepared. And don't scroll because preparation has been happening in your quiet moments, in your self-reflection, in your ability to sit with uncertainty without spiraling. This message is for you because you learned how to wait without feeling abandoned, and your heart needs this right now because that skill changed your future. Listen to this, because waiting with peace is different than waiting with fear, and don't scroll because peace attracts different outcomes. This message is for you because outcomes are shifting in your favor, not dramatically, but steadily, and your heart needs this right now because steadiness builds trust in what's coming. Listen to this, because what's coming will not ask you to rush, it will meet you where you are. Don't scroll, because where you are now is grounded, aware, and emotionally present. This message is for you because emotional presence allows you to receive truth without panic. Listen to this, because truth is approaching, not as confrontation, but as clarity. And don't scroll because clarity doesn't shout, it settles. Your heart needs this right now because settling feels different than excitement, but it's far more sustainable. Listen to this, because sustainability is now part of your destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny doesn't repeat old lessons, it builds on mastered ones. This message is for you because you mastered lessons you once thought would break you, and your heart needs this right now because resilience changed how the universe responds to you. Listen to this, because the universe responds to consistency. And don't scroll because you've been consistent with yourself even when no one noticed. This message is for you because being noticed is not the same as being recognized, and your heart needs this right now because recognition is beginning to happen on a deeper level. Listen to this, because recognition feels like doors opening without force, like conversations aligning naturally, like opportunities finding you instead of you chasing them. And don't scroll because this is not luck, it's alignment. This message is for you because alignment reveals itself through synchronicities, through repeated numbers like 666 reminding you to return to balance when your mind drifts, 777 appearing when you need reassurance that you're supported, and 888 showing up when giving and receiving begin to equalize in your life. Your heart needs this right now because balance is what keeps blessings from overwhelming you. Listen to this, because overwhelm once made you doubt good things, and don't scroll because you're learning how to receive without bracing for impact. This message is for you because receiving calmly is a sign of readiness. Listen to this, because readiness doesn't feel like excitement mixed with fear anymore, it feels like quiet confidence. Don't scroll, because quiet confidence is powerful. This message is for you because power doesn't announce itself loudly, it moves steadily. Your heart needs this right now because steady movement is what brings lasting change. Listen to this, because lasting change is already happening in you, and don't scroll because what happens next depends on you staying present with this awareness. This message is for you because the universe is not testing you right now, it's trusting you. Your heart needs this right now because trust is sacred. Listen to this, because sacred things arrive gently. Don't scroll, because gentleness is not weakness, it's precision. This message is for you because precision matters at this stage. Your heart needs this right now because the next shift will make sense only if you remember this moment, only if you remember that you were guided to slow down, to listen, to stay open. Listen to this, because what unfolds next will not feel like chaos, it will feel like confirmation. And don't scroll because confirmation arrives when awareness is present. This message is for you because you are present now, and that presence is exactly what the universe has been waiting for. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something is settling into place around you right now and your heart needs this moment of stillness more than you realize. This message is for you and it arrives not to rush you but to ground you, because grounding is what allows what's meant for you to finally stay. Don't scroll, listen to this, because lately your spirit has been quieter, not empty, not disconnected, but calm in a way that feels unfamiliar. And your heart needs this right now because calm is the language of alignment. Listen to this, because when the noise fades, the truth becomes audible, and don't scroll because truth is rising in your awareness gently, not as a shock, but as a knowing that keeps returning. This message is for you because you've reached a stage where the universe doesn't need to push anymore, it only needs to confirm, and confirmation shows up subtly, in timing, in peace, in repetition. Listen to this, because repetition has been following you in the form of divine numbers, 111 appearing when your thoughts drift toward possibility instead of fear, 222 showing up when your emotions rebalance after uncertainty, 333 surrounding you when guidance feels present even without words. And 444 appearing when protection is wrapped around your steps even if you don't see the full path yet, and your heart needs this right now because these numbers are not warnings, they are reassurances. Don't scroll, listen to this, because reassurance is what stabilizes the soul when change is unfolding quietly. This message is for you because you've been changing in ways that don't announce themselves, ways that only you can feel, like how you no longer chase clarity, you allow it to come, and your heart needs this right now because allowing is the doorway to receiving. Listen to this, because receiving no longer scares you the way it once did, and don't scroll because that's growth. This message is for you because growth doesn't always feel like excitement, sometimes it feels like peace where anxiety used to live, and your heart needs this right now because peace is evidence of healing. Listen to this, because healing doesn't erase memory, it changes how memory feels in your body, and don't scroll because your body has been responding differently lately, softer, less tense, more trusting. This message is for you because trust has been rebuilding inside you without effort, without affirmations, without forcing belief, just through lived experience. Listen to this, because lived experience rewrites belief systems, and don't scroll because your beliefs are shifting in your favor. This message is for you because the universe responds to belief faster than words. And your heart needs this right now because what you believe about yourself has changed. Listen to this, because you no longer see yourself as someone waiting to be chosen, but as someone becoming available only to what aligns, and don't scroll because that distinction matters. This message is for you because alignment is drawing different energy toward you now, calmer energy, steadier connections, conversations that feel mutual rather than draining. And your heart needs this right now because mutuality is the foundation of soulmate-level connection. Listen to this, because soulmate energy does not arrive as chaos or confusion, it arrives as recognition, as ease, as the feeling of being met where you are, and don't scroll because you've been sensing that kind of energy around you recently. This message is for you because someone connected to your path has been feeling this shift too, not urgently, not desperately, but with a quiet awareness that keeps returning, and your heart needs this right now because true connection doesn't need constant motion to stay alive. Listen to this, because stillness can be just as powerful as action, and don't scroll because stillness is where alignment locks in. This message is for you because you've been protected from emotional noise that would have distracted you from this phase, protected from conversations that would have reopened wounds instead of honoring growth, and your heart needs this right now because protection often looks like silence. Listen to this, because silence doesn't mean absence, it means preparation, and don't scroll because preparation has been happening beneath the surface. This message is for you because you've been learning how to sit with your thoughts without spiraling, how to feel emotions without identifying as them, and your heart needs this right now because emotional regulation is spiritual maturity. Listen to this, because maturity changes what the universe entrusts to you, and don't scroll because you are being entrusted with more now. This message is for you because the universe only expands what can be held with steadiness, and your heart needs this right now because steadiness is now part of who you are. Listen to this, because you no longer rush outcomes, you allow timing to reveal itself, and don't scroll because patience has become embodied in you. This message is for you because embodied patience attracts outcomes that don't require compromise. And your heart needs this right now because compromise once cost you peace. Listen to this, because peace is now non-negotiable, and don't scroll because that decision shifted your trajectory. This message is for you because your trajectory is aligning with ease, not ease as laziness, but ease as flow, and your heart needs this right now because flow replaces force. Listen to this, because force once made you tired, and don't scroll because exhaustion is not part of your future. This message is for you because rest has become productive for you, clarifying, stabilizing, restoring, and your heart needs this right now because restoration allows intuition to speak clearly. Listen to this, because your intuition has been sharper lately, less reactive, more observant, and don't scroll because observation reveals patterns. This message is for you because patterns have been revealing themselves, especially through divine numbers like 555 appearing when change is inevitable but supportive, 666 reminding you to return to balance when your mind drifts into overthinking, 777 showing up when alignment is confirmed without effort, and 888 appearing when giving and receiving are finally equalizing in your life, and your heart needs this right now because balance sustains blessings. Listen to this, because blessings that arrive without balance can overwhelm, and don't scroll because you are now ready to hold what's coming. This message is for you because readiness doesn't feel dramatic, it feels grounded, and your heart needs this right now because grounding keeps you present. Listen to this, because presence is what allows you to notice the subtle shifts, the gentle openings, the moments that feel like alignment rather than coincidence, and don't scroll because coincidence is simply alignment recognized late. This message is for you because you are recognizing alignment in real time now, and your heart needs this right now because awareness shapes experience. Listen to this, because experience is shifting for you from reaction to intention, and don't scroll because intention guides outcomes. This message is for you because the next phase of your journey will not require you to prove your worth, explain your growth, or justify your boundaries, and your heart needs this right now because self-trust has replaced self-doubt. Listen to this, because self-trust is magnetic. And don't scroll because magnetism is building around you quietly. This message is for you because what approaches next will match the calm you carry, the clarity you embody, and the patience you've cultivated, and your heart needs this right now because this is how alignment completes itself. Listen to this, because completion does not arrive with fireworks, it arrives with peace that stays, and don't scroll because that peace is already forming around you now. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the atmosphere around your life has shifted again and your heart needs this right now more than you realize. This message is for you and it's arriving softly but firmly, like the universe placing a hand on your chest and saying pay attention, because what's unfolding now is not accidental. Don't scroll, listen to this, because you've entered a season where the universe is responding to who you've become, not who you used to be, and your heart needs this right now because you've changed in ways that didn't require announcement, only awareness. Listen to this, because lately you may have felt a strange calm mixed with anticipation, like something important is approaching but without the anxiety you once felt. And don't scroll because that calm is not emptiness, it's alignment. This message is for you because alignment doesn't rush, it settles, and your heart needs this right now because settling means your nervous system is finally catching up to your growth. Listen to this, because growth doesn't always feel like pushing forward, sometimes it feels like releasing the urge to push it all, and don't scroll because you've been releasing more than you think. This message is for you because you're no longer gripping outcomes the way you used to, you're allowing life to meet you halfway, and your heart needs this right now because halfway is where true connection forms. Listen to this, because connection that arrives fully aligned does not require chasing, convincing, or overgiving, and don't scroll because you've outgrown all three. This message is for you because the universe noticed the moment you stopped explaining yourself to people who weren't listening, and your heart needs this right now because that moment changed your energetic posture. Listen to this, because posture determines what can approach you without distortion, and don't scroll because your posture is steady now. This message is for you because steadiness is what allows divine timing to unfold without resistance. Listen to this, because divine timing has been weaving itself through your life in subtle confirmations, like divine numbers appearing exactly when your thoughts shift, 111 when your mindset realigns toward possibility, 222 when your emotions find balance after uncertainty, 333 when guidance feels close even without words, and 444 when protection surrounds you during moments of transition, and your heart needs this right now because these numbers are not asking you to act, they're reminding you that you're already moving correctly. Don't scroll, listen to this, because reminders are gentler than warnings, and gentleness is what your soul responds to now. This message is for you because you've learned the difference between urgency and intuition, and your heart needs this right now because intuition never rushes you, it grounds you. Listen to this, because grounding has been happening naturally for you lately, in the way you breathe deeper, react slower, and observe more before responding, and don't scroll because observation is wisdom in motion. This message is for you because wisdom has been replacing fear in your decision-making, and your heart needs this right now because fear once dictated your choices. Listen to this, because fear kept you alert but not fulfilled. And don't scroll because fulfillment requires trust. This message is for you because trust has been rebuilding quietly inside you, not through affirmations or forcing belief, but through lived evidence that you can handle whatever comes. Listen to this, because evidence changes belief faster than hope, and don't scroll because you've been collecting evidence without realizing it. This message is for you because each time you chose yourself, each time you paused instead of reacting, each time you walked away from what felt off even if it looked good on paper, you strengthened your alignment, and your heart needs this right now because alignment compounds. Listen to this, because compounded alignment creates momentum that doesn't burn you out, and don't scroll because burnout is no longer part of your story. This message is for you because rest has become productive for you, not lazy, not avoidant, but restorative, and your heart needs this right now because restoration sharpens intuition. Listen to this, because your intuition has been clearer lately, more consistent, less reactive, and don't scroll because clarity is a sign of readiness. This message is for you because readiness doesn't feel like excitement mixed with fear anymore, it feels like quiet confidence, and your heart needs this right now because quiet confidence is magnetic. Listen to this, because magnetism doesn't shout, it attracts, and don't scroll because attraction is now working in your favor. This message is for you because the people, opportunities, and connections approaching you now are responding to your calm, not your urgency. Listen to this, because soulmate-level energy responds to steadiness, not chaos, and don't scroll because you've been sensing a deeper emotional connection forming around you, even if there's no name or label yet. This message is for you because true soulmate energy does not demand attention, it resonates quietly until timing aligns. Listen to this, because timing is aligning internally before it aligns externally, and don't scroll because internal alignment is what makes external shifts sustainable. This message is for you because someone connected to your path is also going through a moment of recalibration, learning how to approach connection without fear, learning how to honor alignment without control. And your heart needs this right now because mirrored growth creates safe reunion. Listen to this, because safe does not mean boring, it means stable, and don't scroll because stability allows love to deepen rather than fluctuate. This message is for you because you're no longer interested in emotional highs that crash into lows, you're drawn to consistency that feels nourishing, and your heart needs this right now because nourishment sustains. Listen to this, because sustained energy builds futures. And don't scroll because your future is being shaped quietly right now. This message is for you because the universe has been protecting you from premature conversations, from half-ready connections, from outcomes that would have required you to abandon your growth, and your heart needs this right now because protection often looks like delay. Listen to this, because delay does not mean denial, it means refinement. And don't scroll because refinement has been happening in your inner world. This message is for you because you've been refining your boundaries, your expectations, and your standards without guilt, and your heart needs this right now because guilt once kept you small. Listen to this, because small is no longer your lane, and don't scroll because expansion is natural for you now. This message is for you because expansion doesn't feel overwhelming anymore, it feels spacious. And your heart needs this right now because spaciousness invites clarity. Listen to this, because clarity has been appearing through divine numbers like 555 when change feels inevitable but supportive, 666 when your mind needs to return to balance rather than overanalysis, 777 when alignment is confirmed without effort, and 888 when giving and receiving finally feel equal in your life. And don't scroll because equality is a sign of healed self-worth. This message is for you because healed self-worth changes the kind of love you allow, and your heart needs this right now because allowance determines experience. Listen to this, because you are now allowing what once felt out of reach, and don't scroll because allowance signals readiness. This message is for you because readiness does not require perfection, it requires presence, and your heart needs this right now because you are present. Listen to this, because presence anchors destiny. Don't scroll, because what's unfolding next will feel natural only if you remember this moment, this calm, this grounding, this awareness. This message is for you because the universe is not testing you anymore, it's trusting you. Your heart needs this right now because trust is sacred. Listen to this, because sacred things arrive gently. And don't scroll because gentleness is guiding you exactly where you're meant to be. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something subtle yet powerful is unfolding around you right now and your heart needs this moment of awareness more than ever. This message is for you and it didn't arrive randomly, it arrived because your spirit is finally steady enough to receive it without fear. Don't scroll, listen to this, because lately you've been moving through your days with a quiet sense that something is different, not loud, not dramatic, but grounded, like the emotional noise that once filled your chest has softened into clarity, and your heart needs this right now because clarity is the doorway to alignment. Listen to this, because alignment doesn't crash into your life, it eases in when resistance fades. And don't scroll because resistance has been leaving you quietly. This message is for you because you've stopped fighting what is and started trusting what unfolds, and your heart needs this right now because trust recalibrates your entire energetic field. Listen to this, because your field has been changing, becoming calmer, steadier, more receptive, and don't scroll because receptivity allows blessings to arrive without distortion. This message is for you because you've been learning how to receive without guilt, without overthinking, without bracing for loss, and your heart needs this right now because that's a major spiritual shift. Listen to this, because spiritual awakening isn't always a sudden realization, sometimes it's the quiet disappearance of anxiety that once felt normal, and don't scroll because that disappearance is happening in you. This message is for you because you no longer wake up with the same heaviness you used to, and your heart needs this right now because lightness is not avoidance, it's healing. Listen to this, because healing doesn't erase your past, it integrates it, and don't scroll because integration makes you whole. This message is for you because wholeness changes how the universe responds to you, it stops testing and starts trusting. And your heart needs this right now because trust invites expansion. Listen to this, because expansion no longer feels overwhelming to you, it feels natural, like breathing deeper without effort, and don't scroll because effortlessness is a sign of alignment. This message is for you because you've been seeing divine numbers appear like quiet affirmations along your path. 111 when your thoughts gently redirect toward hope, 222 when your emotions find balance after uncertainty, 333 when guidance feels close even without explanation, and 444 when protection surrounds you during moments you can't fully see ahead. And your heart needs this right now because these numbers aren't urging you forward, they're confirming you're exactly where you need to be. Don't scroll, listen to this, because confirmation is what stabilizes faith when patience is required. This message is for you because patience has become easier for you lately, not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped doubting, and your heart needs this right now because doubt once drained your energy. Listen to this, because energy has been returning to you in subtle ways, like better sleep, clearer thoughts, gentler reactions, and don't scroll because these are signs of nervous system healing. This message is for you because when the nervous system heals, intuition becomes clearer, and your heart needs this right now because intuition is guiding your next steps. Listen to this, because your intuition has been speaking calmly instead of urgently, and don't scroll because calm guidance is trustworthy. This message is for you because you're no longer mistaking anxiety for intuition, and your heart needs this right now because discernment protects alignment. Listen to this, because discernment has changed how you approach relationships, opportunities, and even your own thoughts. And don't scroll because that change matters. This message is for you because you're no longer drawn to emotional chaos disguised as passion, you're drawn to steadiness that feels nourishing, and your heart needs this right now because nourishment sustains growth. Listen to this, because soulmate energy does not overwhelm your nervous system, it calms it, and don't scroll because you've been sensing that kind of energy around you recently. This message is for you because someone connected to your path is becoming more aware of you in a grounded way, not through urgency or obsession, but through recognition that feels peaceful, and your heart needs this right now because true connection arrives without pressure. Listen to this, because pressure once made you feel like love had to be earned, and don't scroll because you've released that belief. This message is for you because you now understand that love aligns, it doesn't coerce, and your heart needs this right now because alignment feels safe. Listen to this, because safety has become a priority for you emotionally, spiritually, and energetically, and don't scroll because prioritizing safety changed your path. This message is for you because the universe responds differently to those who choose safety over struggle, and your heart needs this right now because struggle is no longer required. Listen to this, because rest has become productive for you, not passive, not avoidant, but restorative, and don't scroll because restoration sharpens awareness. This message is for you because awareness has been deepening in you, allowing you to notice patterns without judgment, and your heart needs this right now because awareness dissolves old cycles. Listen to this, because old cycles have been quietly closing in your life, not with drama, but with understanding, and don't scroll because closure doesn't always need confrontation. This message is for you because closure can happen internally when lessons are integrated, and your heart needs this right now because integration frees energy. Listen to this, because freed energy attracts different outcomes, and don't scroll because outcomes are shifting in your favor steadily. This message is for you because the universe is now responding to your consistency rather than your intensity, and your heart needs this right now because consistency builds trust. Listen to this, because trust is what allows divine timing to unfold without force, and don't scroll because force once made you tired. This message is for you because exhaustion is not part of your future, alignment is, and your heart needs this right now because alignment sustains momentum. Listen to this, because momentum has been building quietly through small choices, like choosing peace over proving, choosing honesty over harmony, choosing rest over reaction, and don't scroll because those choices rewired your reality. This message is for you because the universe noticed when you stopped explaining yourself to those who couldn't meet you where you are, and your heart needs this right now because that boundary created space. Listen to this, because space allows clarity to settle, and don't scroll because clarity is what guides the next phase. This message is for you because the next phase will not feel chaotic or rushed, it will feel deliberate, and your heart needs this right now because deliberateness honors your growth. Listen to this, because growth is being reflected back to you through divine numbers like 555 appearing when change is supportive rather than disruptive, 666 reminding you to return to balance when your thoughts drift toward overanalysis, 777 confirming alignment without the need for proof, and 888 signaling that giving and receiving are finally equalized.